ladies and gentlemen. Let me go. Let me bring up my Twitch. Shout out to the Twitch family, man. Let me right click and copy this right quick. As you guys come in, you be so kind as to hit the like button. We're gonna have a little fun here today. Like I said, L's will be handed out. Let me post right here. Join the Maya, turn it down a little bit, please. Thank you. Love you. Multiplayer podcast live. PS5 secret sauce. Xbox Live being ordered down. What else we got? Yakuza finally comes to the Xbox One plus more. Tell you jokers in it. I could be so kind to retweet it. Jay Secret Sauce. Hey, Trey, you change your name so much on Twitter, bro. Secret Sauce. We got here Noah. Let me get Noah. Let me hit Noah too, man. Hold up. Let me call this joker phone.
Your fucking picture in the background.
Oh yeah, it's funny. It's classic.
Oh
man.
shit!
I didn't even see it.
Just wait for E3.
Yeah, hello, Noah. We got here Singularity. You in here? What's we got here? We got Ness. Yo, Noah. Now we got here. What's we got here? MM2K. You probably hop in, right? I think I got everybody. Oh, Sean.
Hey, yo, what's going on? Heath Stevens, Dune Man 2025, Frog's Dream. I guess they do dream. Right, the Emperor. What's up?
Ray, I'm sending shit out to listen today, man. I got everybody. I got some money in the PayPal, so I'm gonna send
Miss Fee to you. I think that's what your name is.
What's going on, baby girl? Hey, yo, I'm telling no, I never answered his phone. Yo. Alright, but yeah, alright.
The Ruham, what's going on?
The Ruham, hey, listen, the Ruham right now. Your t-shirt is sent out today. I got your address and everything. I had to stop shipping on the other one because I had sent you a 2X. I didn't know that you needed medium, so I'm sending it out today. I'm gonna send you my cell phone number so you can call me, text me when they get in. Heath, I'm gonna get you today in New York Music too. I'm gonna send out $75. I gotta buy them. I ain't about nothing. I mean, so the way me saying thank you for you guys supporting me and my dog shit platform. You know what I mean? And so what's this shit? Just go because somebody's jokes be weird, man. Oh, you only answer people in the super. You don't like the chat be hauling ass past my screen and they know it's about to give me a dime.
I can't even keep up with the super chat, and I'm looking at it.
Like I said, I do. Trust me, I'm not like that. I do appreciate. Look, my man Heath Stevens. My man watch a show I do. That man ain't never give me $1 with his bum ass, but I fuck with my man Heath. You know what I mean? I do appreciate it. It does help me. And the platforms I can pay.
What's up, Dark Lord Fusion?
You know what I mean? I do gotta, if I can pay the different personalities that come on the show, you know what I mean? But I appreciate it, you know what I mean? But like I said, my man said you going to the gym.
We got AP the shooter in the chat as well. What's good,
That's my brother, man. My man AP the shooter, man.
That's AP the shooter, what's up? Alpha Link, what's good?
Yeah, so like I said,
the Finest, what's up?
Shout out to the Finest. My man, the Finest, was giving me all the
it gives me all of them articles.
Yeah, my man, the Finest.
440.
Yeah,
we got a full house. Already 50 people watching. Let's go.
Yeah, we got
out. Have you got the time?
It's 7:59. 7 on my end.
1 a.m.
Oh, 1 a.m. All right, hold on. Hey,
thank you for the 100 bits, New York Music. Let us know if you have a question, whatever.
Again, New York Music, I think I have your information, your address. But do me a favor, inbox me on Twitter again because I'm sending them. I'm gonna send your shirt off and your shirt and Heath right after the show. I gotta do it from Redbubble. You know what I mean? It's $25 or whatever they charge me for shipping me. But just to make sure I got your information right and give me if you don't mind, give me your cell phone number. So I'll call, make sure I got your right address and everything. You know what
the hell is Kevin?
But all right, let me put this on. Like I said, do me a favor, take over the chat. But listen, as you guys come in, Sean, what's going on with you, good brother? I haven't spoken to you in a while.
Everything's cool, bro. Just been chilling, busy with work. You know, Mrs. is expecting a baby very soon,
Oh,
so
all
been
right.
busy with
Oh,
that.
congrats.
Yeah, and been playing Days Gone. Played a couple of hours. Pretty good so far.
My man Kumar about to have a baby. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, matter of weeks, bro. Matter of weeks.
You know, that's what's up, bro. Yeah, I heard something ringing in my ear. What's going on? What's that?
Let's see. AP the shooter with 50 bits.
Yeah.
13 GPU teraflop dev kit people. We cooking with the grease. Laughing my
Yeah,
ass
that's
off.
why the
Foolery
muscle
and
for the hot
fuckery
dog.
is starting early.
Yeah.
Oh
Uh huh.
shit.
We're gonna talk about it, man. Actually, let me see if I can get. Hold on. Hold on. I ain't got. Hold on 1 second. All right. My man Javanis. Am I pronouncing that right? Javanis, you there?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
Javon.
here.
Yo, what's going on with you, brother? Everything's alright?
Everything is okay except I got some beef with Kratos.
Oh, we're gonna talk about it. You can't mention you got a beef with Cradles. We're gonna talk about it, man. Cause L's will be handed out today, man. That's what I want to say about this panel for the most part. That we know how to, even though L's quote unquote be getting handed out, people know how to say quote unquote take a joke, and don't take it personally. A lot of these guys here. That's why I put out a tweet the other day, right? And I'm not gonna be too messy, right? We're gonna get to the show, but as the room's still filling up, I said that the Xbox guys, they're not really built quote unquote for this console war, right? That's why they should have guys like me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'd rather be. I said rather die a villain. What's it? Die a villain than live to be the hero. Oh, I'm sorry. Dies. What's how it
Other
go?
way around.
Live to be the villain and dies a hero. There you go. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because these guys are not cut out for it. Like I'll give you an example. Right? I'm gonna be a little messy, right? And it's important that I say this that I don't have a problem with nobody. As long as you don't talk about my kids or say anything racist. To me, it's always about joke, haha, entertainment. If you guys know me, I'm Jackie the Joke Man, off the air and off the air. That's just how I am. You know what I mean? I never take any stuff personally. So K Mega got offended again for whatever reason. I know why. You know, I tease him. If you've been rocking out with the platform, while you know K Mega is to defend Sea of Thieves, right? So I put out a joke last week because he didn't get accepted into FanFest, and it's important that I say that he didn't get accepted to FanFest. Like you know what I mean? And that's crazy. I think all of these pro Xbox podcasts do these 2 hour, kumbaya for Microsoft, and ain't none of them just getting invited to FanFest. But that's another story for another day, right? So I said basically to K Meg, I said, all that corporate chilling you've been doing, and playing, taking them long ass voyages on Sea of Z's, and my man Phil, didn't even see your invite to the fan event. He got offended by that. I think he blocked me on Twitter, left the BGSG DMs. Like the jokers is just weird, man. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't understand it. I don't know why they're like that. But hey, Kratos, why do you think they like that?
I don't know, man. I just think some people can't take it, man. Some
It's
people
just
can't handle it.
jokes. Don't nobody. I don't
Yeah,
work for Microsoft. You know what I mean? It's just entertainment. Nothing more. Nothing less.
yeah. It's I don't know, man. Like I said, I say it again. Not everybody's uh, built for fun and stuff like that. If you're not worshiping a certain platform or whatever, then they don't want to hear
Well,
it. So
prime example. Tim. We got our own DMs, right?
yeah,
Like more or less the shows. We got our own DMs. We just straight troll each other all day. Now the public think that Tim Dog might hype Kratos. They stay throwing each other under the bus. It's all jokes.
exactly.
Behind the scene, Tim Dog and Kratos ain't get nothing but the utmost respect for each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think again, people really think this is a war, or it really is like some fight. Like not everybody get along. It's not that sure. That's what I understand. Why things go weird sometimes. You know what I mean? Or they take it personally. Like I've seen how crap sit. You know what I mean? And not even
yeah,
make fun of him, saying that he's gonna start unblocking people, and that's tell crap. Then you're blocking. Believe it or not, I guess some people that disagree with you, some of your biggest supporters that watch everything that you do. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Like I mean, they used to hate Amaziago. They were always blocking. I would unblock them. You know what I mean? Like why you block? Like
yeah,
man, come to every show. He ain't put nothing disrespectful. He ain't saying about mother or father. You talking about Microsoft, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I never understood that. You know what I mean?
Well, you never realize, especially for some YouTubers, your biggest fan base are not the people who you cater to. It's the opposite people that show
Oh,
up.
I try to tell them
Show
that. You know, I try to tell them that. I said they I say they want to be a hater or whatever. They will show up and watch everything that you do. Whether
Mm-hmm.
it's they hate on it, critique it. I mean, I wouldn't do it personally, but that's neither here nor there. Like I've always said, long as they're not, how you say, quote unquote, I don't put a racism or anything about any kids, anything like that.
But
Yeah.
just look at yourself, Z. You've always had a bigger Sony crowd than your Xbox crowd, even when you're pro Xbox.
Yeah.
Yep.
What I
Just
mean?
look at your followers. They've always been more of Sony people, but I got some
The
bills to
problem-
pay here real quick.
Yeah.
Stuart Stokes with the 50 bits. Before we get started with the fuck shit, thoughts on Cali Plague, or whatever the hell the name is, the GameSpot reviewer that reviewed Days Gone and gave it a 5 out of 10 due to some personal SJW issues and
Yes.
bad latency with the 50 bits as well. If this year's Forza goes to the Switch and not Xbox, how big of an L is that?
All right. Okay. To be fair, right? I don't think that's a full-fledged Forza game, and not even then.
No, that's a mobile shit, but the fact it can't go to the Switch if it's not on Xbox. That's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, I'm with you 130%.
ridiculous.
But here, I'm gonna take it one step further, right? And I started to tweet Phil, but I was how you say have my own supply earlier today. Is that I don't like when they do things like they did with Halo. What's that Halo? The little side scroller shooter. What was the name of that goddamn game?
Oh,
Halo
Spartan
Assault.
Assault.
Yeah,
Spartan Assault.
I don't like when they I don't like when they water down an IP like that. You know what I mean? Like they shouldn't fuck up the the name. You know what I mean? You have $1 billion franchise. Don't whore it out. If you want to do a little mobile, little card game, but you're whoring it out and attaching Forza's name to it. Like I think that's wrong. You know what I mean? I think when it comes to, like I say, Halo, Forza, and Gears, like those should be, which are their top franchises. You know what I mean? You shouldn't make, like I'll give you an example. They did Fable. They tried to milk you. They did Fable for the Kinect. Like you don't do stuff like that. You know what I mean? To me, I think that you do stuff like that. You just
Fable Legends was also bad.
No, they had a Fable for the Kinect. Fable Journey or some shit.
Yeah, I know that was awful.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't like when they do stuff like that. You know what I mean? But that's just the direction again that what Microsoft is going in. You know what I mean? But to be fair, I don't want that shit. But anyway, any more bills up there?
Yeah, AP the shooter with the 50 bits because I missed him.
Yeah.
My guy from across the pond say Days Gone is good?
I was talking
I don't know
about
if you're
me.
referring to Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah, how
Don't get too happy. Don't get too happy, AP.
So it is good. I you know what's crazy? Exposed. I got the collector's edition to the unboxing, right? I have yet to play it. I'm gonna stream it tomorrow. I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna stream it tomorrow. Like I said, guys, not to keep talking about my goddamn. I had my knee drained last Saturday or whatever day it was. Bro, I've been right back in pain all over again. Like, this shit crazy. I'm always hurting, but then when I got my knee drained, ain't lying. Like, they stuck the needle down to the in between the joint. Like, shit was about thick as a turkey baster. And it sucked like a liter of fluid out my shit. And that shit, man, blowing up in smoke. We ain't got no hope. You know what I mean? So, like, it is what it is. My man Frog's Dream.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to just say pause before I read this one, but Frog's Dream with 100 bits. These Xbox fanboys just want to go to FanFest just so they can go for Phil Spencer's glory hole and the fourth stall. Pause.
Hey, listen, man.
I'm just reading the chat.
He said,
Come on,
listen, man. Like, again, I like I said before, I don't understand it, why they do it. I'm just not say why they do it, but you know what I mean. I don't know. Like I don't know why they take things so seriously. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll give you an example, right? I'm stop. I'm going to say that for another show. I'm not even going to be messy, man. But again, I don't know, man. But you know what? The first thing, why let people know you get mad? Because people don't do nothing but tease you more and more and more. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, you're mad at me for what? If it wasn't for me, I'm just keeping it funky. Nobody would even know who you were in this community. Keeping it all the way above. You know what I mean? Not saying I want anybody to kiss my ass or anything like that. I know my man D said he gave us a platform, but that's another story for another day. But you know what I mean? I don't get it, man. I don't get it, man. I really don't. But fine.
Hey, Z, you missing something.
What up?
You gotta realize, to a lot of people, it's not just games. It's not just a plastic. What's the difference between your wife and the Xbox? You spend time with her, you invest money and all that shit in it. It's the same thing. A lot of people, it's the same thing for them. So when you talk bad about Xbox, it's like you directly attacking them.
So
bro, that's some
so
weirdo.
basically,
All right,
you're
okay.
saying
You look
that's
at
the
it like
second wife?
weirdo stuff. No, and I'm not saying it's a second wife. What I'm saying is you build an emotional attachment. It's the same thing people do with a dog, a cat, a car. It's the same concept.
Hey,
Nah,
bro,
you're
I'm
right.
not emotionally
You're
attached to my console. I know what
okay,
you're
let me
talking
say this,
about.
right?
But you
No,
said
no.
the PlayStation 1 touched you the wrong way, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
Hold on. I'm
I
not
forgot he
saying.
said that weird shit. His
Oh,
husband back and said that weird shit.
Wait. Hold on.
Oh shit!
Last
down.
video, Z, you
Is
said
that
something
him?
touched you the wrong
is
way.
that the
Something
one?
rubbed you the wrong
Is
way.
that the one who got touched the wrong way? Oh
Yeah, he talking
shit!
about the play. He wasn't feeling the
That's the same
PlayStation
guy.
1. It rubbed him the wrong
Oh
way.
shit! Oh,
He said
Kratos,
PlayStation
and he
violated
still,
him.
Yeah, I forgot.
Kratos, you still support that shit?
Yeah, I forgot he said that weird shit. It rubbed him the wrong way, man.
Yeah, man,
See,
Dream
y'all
Daddies
missing
must
the
have got to
point,
him.
though.
Huh? What happened?
Y'all missing
Are
the
you-
point, though. They're
Nah,
like,
brother, I ain't get that at all, man.
Nah,
But no
brother,
console rubbing you the wrong
no,
way,
I'm
brother.
just saying, though, man. Everybody builds an attachment to something. To you, it might be a console. To the next
Nah,
person,
bro,
it
I
might be
don't
a
listen,
car.
understand
To the
that
next
one,
person, it's a
dog.
no,
dog.
I
it's
can't
not
agree
about
with that,
attachment. It's hard. It's hard, serious to take it. That's the difference. You can like
Ex-
something like
Okay.
people like iPhones, I like Android, but
All right.
you know, there's levels to it. You don't go
No,
to
I'm
the
gonna give you an
extreme level.
example. Prime example, right? And I've also kind of coined this, right? I said people get behind these consoles, which I get it, and root for them like it's their favorite sports teams. Like there will always
Facts,
be a
facts.
console war. Like that's just the nature of man that wants to say that my purchase is better. If you go to the car forums, you're gonna see Mercedes Benz owners arguing with BMW owners, or Ferrari against Lamborghini, or you go to the HD forums, you got the Vizio fan base arguing with the Samsung fan base. They're arguing with the LG, who got the best HDR. Like that's just the listen, any community that you can think about, there's a community for this shit on YouTube, and they all go back. If they all go back and forth with each other, arguing the handhelds, who got the better ROMs, and what I mean, like this shit is crazy. I'm a part of what's called the gaming community. There's also a handheld gaming community. I seen the video and they was going back and forth with what site had the better ROMs, and what I mean. That's just the nature of man.
AZ, you found someone dancing on a PlayStation 2 iToy, didn't you?
Oh, that was my man, Dr. Trade. He won, man. He used to do his videos. He made the Wii
I mean,
dance.
there's a lot of people out there.
You know what I mean? But and again, like I said, when I stumbled upon this community, right, it blew my mind that they were actually Nintendo Wii fans. Like before it was the Wii, before the Wii came, it was the Wii, and they had a real live community. And you know about me, I used to make fun of those guys. Like I couldn't believe it. Like it wasn't so much Xbox versus PlayStation 3. It was kind of Xbox and PlayStation on the same side arguing with the Wii guys. And that shit blew my mind. Like, these jokers really capping for the Wii? Like, you serious? Like, the Wii? But again, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just the nature of what it is. We got something in the chat. We're going to get into the show. We got AP the Shooter.
Yeah, Ape the Shooter. Hell nah, bruh. Okay, I can throw my PlayStation out the window when it pisses me off. I can't toss my wife out the damn window. When she pissed me off, laughing my ass off. She's too important to me, not no PlayStation or Xbox.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure someone's done it though.
No, I mean, I see the point he was trying to make. But at the end of the day, don't get me wrong. I always said this too. Gaming is a hobby of mine, but I also have other hobbies. I love gaming. I like remote control cars that take gas, and I like action figures. Believe it or not, I got a couple collectibles. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I got other things, but like I said, I like gaming. You know what I mean? I like tech, but it's not that serious to me where I want to, I say, quote unquote, fight somebody over it, or I'm just gonna dislike. Nah, it's not this. Like again, as long as you don't say anything about my family or whatever. I'll give you an example, right? I always make this. I lost 6 subscribers when I just bring Alex on the show. Like Xbox guys really used to be mad at me. Next year, I'm not watching your show anymore because you got Alex up there, or you're friends with Porter Rock, and I'm like, you know what I mean? Like that shit that blew my mind. Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, like motherfuckers. You rock out with Jabari. Those guys are ponies. Like they like this literally a fucking war. Like don't get me wrong, I get on the stage, I mean on the camera, and I cut up and do the little funny little skits. I had the little pony and rock bond and all that shit. It's fun.
Yeah.
That's it. But you know what I mean? I'm not walking around out in the streets like bang bang. You know what I mean? Like, and these motherfuckers really be stuck behind the wall sometimes, bro. And at the end of the day, man. I mean, but like I said, it is what it is, man. But anyway, getting right into today's show, like I said, you guys come in. You'd be so kind to hit the share button and share on Twitter. Also, too, follow me on Twitter, too. If you're not following me on Twitter, I'll leave the link. Oh, hey, somebody in the background. What the hell is that? I don't know what the hell that is.
No idea.
All right, but hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to put... hold on 1 second. Right. I'm going to put the link to my Twitter. If you're not following guys and not following me on Twitter, please do so. I know he's following one. But anyway, getting right into today's show, what do you guys want to talk about first? We got Sega. We got the PlayStation 5 13 T-flops. Oh, I got a topic that we can as the room before the room fills up. I got a topic. So you guys remember the quote unquote the Mad Box, right?
Yep.
All right, the Mad Box, and that was supposed to be the world's most. Actually, let me bring the article up here if you guys can see it with me. But anyway, Maya, turn it down, please. Maya, turn it down a little bit, please. So anyway, I'm actually get the article. I'll bring it up. But anyway, it says the Mad Box investors are pulling out at the Google Stadia announcement. So they were touting as being the world's most powerful. Did they give a release date for the Mad Box?
Was it
it was supposed to be coming out next
21?
year, I believe.
Was it next year? I think it was 2021 or 20.
I thought it was sooner than that.
No, I think it was 2021.
Okay.
I think they pushed it back because they wanted to spec it up a bit more.
Well, they was, from what, actually get you show shit on the screen. For what they were saying, though, it was supposed to basically blow the doors off of the X and the quote-unquote the Pro. I mean, 64 T-flop. It was going to be the world's most powerful console ever. Then the Stadia came out, with their announcement. And 10 T-flops. I guess
Wait. Is the Stadia really 10 T-flops? Because I remember
10.2.
10.7.
No. I remember part of the
10.7.
interview where they said something like, if you needed more graphical power, you
listen, right now it's 10. But they can theoretically up the end.
Up it up to whatever. Yeah.
They can up it, whatever. But I guess, like I said, let me say this right. Even about the Stadia, for those who don't know, I know I know I may have lost 3 subscribers given the Stadia props. Like I said, I signed up for the beta, and the recommended specs were 25 up, 25 down. But you can get the service to work with 15 up and 15 down. But the optimal experience was from 1080p, 60, whatever. It was 25 up, 25 down. Me myself, I'm a Ryzen 5. I have 300 up, 300 down, and it wasn't an issue for me. You understand what I'm saying? And it worked. I told you. And me not knowing, quote unquote, the specs of what this thing was or what it can do, I'm just saying, holy shit, this thing looks better than Assassin's Creed Odyssey on my Pro and on the X. You know what I mean? There's no lag. There was no input lags, no issue. You know what I mean? Of course, when you think about, streaming gaming, I'm going to be honest with you, we all know that the PS Now worked like shit, ran like shit when it first came out. You know what I mean? People had horrible stories about their crazy input lag. But, and again, for those of the people that were maybe a little leery or worried about, quote-unquote, streaming game, I'm just saying this shit again. It was scary. Again, it worked. And this comes from some person, like I said, I always thought the disclaimer, Jay, I don't want consoles to go anywhere, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to sit and be naive. And when I'm saying use, like, and plus what they was advertising, if you see your favorite YouTuber playing World War Z, you know what? You can just pick up a controller and or whatever, click on the mouse, and you can buy the game and join them in that game right now. All that's going to be appealing, especially to a lot of children. And they don't have to, quote unquote, buy a $4 or $5 box, and it fucking worked. Now, I know, of course, I was in a how you say, a controlled environment. It was a beta, see how it's going to work when it's in millions of people's homes. But if they can get that thing to work again, like it was in my house or whatever the case may be, like shit, like it fucking work. I think it comes out this holiday season. If I'm mistaken. I'm going, I do YouTube. I got a dog shit channel. I'm going to get the Chromecast. I think you're going to get the Chromecast at $70 or something, and just to fool around streaming for you guys. I think it's what was the recommended stats for net for 4K 60? Was it
30 meg?
I think it was 30. Yeah, 30 up, 30 down.
Just 5 more megabytes. That's what it was.
Again, so you know what I mean. So again, I still
Well,
quote
but
unquote.
see, that's what they're claiming. That's what they're claiming.
Listen, all this is in if it works, and I'm just saying
Yeah,
it
if it
again.
works, yeah.
It did work on me on my end. I didn't have any issues. Now, with that being said, so you had again the Mad Max investors. We were hearing about this stuff during the summertime, but they actually did a couple shows about it. Room respects. You had the tech guys. They had them counting the cool cores and all that shit right there. But he's saying after Google showed up what they showed when they, was it this summer or September? No, it was March. I'm sorry. Google showed they showed up on
March.
GDC March. They said that they have investors pulling out. Now, personally, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna let you get your guys' opinion. I was hoping this Stadia was been a quote unquote a actual console because I don't know, still don't know what Microsoft they're doing, their intentions. So I wouldn't mind of another big player were to come in that's going to take gaming seriously, and it's been someone like what do you call these people? Google to take Microsoft's spot, but they unveiled a streaming box. Shout out to my brother D to subscribe to my channel. And that, but now they're saying the investors are pulling out. Do you think there's room on the market
for a third?
Yeah, or for a fourth?
Yeah.
Hey D, hop in D. You got my business proposition?
Does Nintendo count?
Well,
it does count as a console and is hybrid console, so we can give it.
Okay, anything that takes money away in that industry that takes money away from Sony or Microsoft or Nintendo counts, right? That's a competition. This is why PC is always a thought in the minds of Microsoft and Sony, because guys build their PCs or they order PCs and they spend their money on Steam and on Epic Store. So that's every dollar that's spent on the PC is taken away from a potential console or a game that those guys offer.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that the industry's ripe for some more competition. I just don't know if it's in the actual hardware console spectrum or would it be more of an alternative to a PC. Because with the streaming, right? The streaming is kind of Sony's the only one that's kind of been there in the console market with their PS Now. With their PS Now system, it's been in the play for about 3-4 years. So they're the only ones there. So now you got Microsoft jumping in the game. Then you have Google jumping in the game. They're targeting that particular market. I don't think any of those things will have any way on the actual physical hardware of the console as we see today, because the masses, you got to go back to gaming, right? A lot of us old heads in here have been gaming since the Atari 2600, the ColecoVision, in television, stuff like that.
Yeah, speak for yourself.
I know there's a couple of scrubs in here that started gaming. GameCube.
Yo, Jay, when us were gaming, these guys were still swimming around in the dad bowls.
Exactly, but I do think that there's the industry's ripe for something else to come and enhance gaming or give you an alternative. But these guys, they're pulling out, right? Slightly mad. They're going to pull out of what they're doing based on what Google's going to do with the streaming platform. Who's to say that would ever do anything? What if that fails instantly, like failure, and then Google doesn't do it anymore? Then they would have wasted a whole opportunity that they would have. I think they should stick to their guns and see what's going to happen. But one thing for sure, we know that Nintendo has outlasted any competition it's ever had, and Sony obviously being the next oldest market has been there. Microsoft has been there as the newer guy of the game, but I mean they've been in the industry now for 16 years, so they're not rookies anymore. Sony's taking the high end. Nintendo's decided to take the lower end of the market. People who don't care about performance, they don't care about 4K graphics and stuff like that. They just kind of want their Mario and their Luigi and just leave them alone. That's the industry. So Nintendo carved out their own niche.
Isn't Sony more the middle ground?
What would be a high ground?
You see, caught that too, right?
Microsoft is the higher ground.
What would be a high ground?
Microsoft is the higher ground because they're the ones who put more in a console and the power of the console, but not necessarily the games and software. So Sony would technically be the middle.
I wouldn't say that Microsoft is the high ground, right? Because at the end of the day, their user base is only 40 million people, 36 to 40 million people.
Yeah. Hold on.
That's a drop in the bucket.
You see. That's the point, though.
Sony is the console industry.
Kratos, that's the point, though. people who tend to be in the higher spectrum always tend to be less than people in the middle spectrum. It's supposed to be the high is low, the bottom is low.
But listen, okay, listen, Mike, listen.
Towards the middle.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, Jay.
Go ahead.
Hey, Peter Stewart, he said, "How do I subscribe, yo?" Well, I'm looking at it on my screen, but my man Stewart said, you can do it on the mobile. It's right on the homepage. Right on my homepage, you should see it when it says "gift the sub," when it says "follow." The same button when it says "to follow me." It should be a sub button right there. It's like $2-3.
Right beside it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But so Microsoft, right? Right now they have the world's most powerful console. Prior to that, it was the PlayStation. Next generation, when the PS5 probably most likely is going to launch first, it'll have. So you can't count the back and forth, but what you can count is that solidify is that install base. How many people do they have?
How you gonna say you can't count the back and forth? OG Xbox is more powerful than the
PS2. But it's still lost.
But that's not the point, though. That's not the point.
What's the point then?
High end is more about pushing the boundaries, not about the amount of people. Most people don't go to the high end because they can't afford the high end.
Listen, besides T-flops, what the hell is the X pushing?
Shaders, cores, you name it. They pushing it all.
On what? Compare any game.
Listen, Kratos. They don't gotta push it on anything. It's there to be put.
Okay, you saying they don't have to push it.
Listen, you know what they say?
They got the T-flop number, then you good.
Kratos, you know what they say? It's good to have a big stick. You don't got to use the stick, but it's good to have it just in case you need to use it. All right, you don't have to go out there and shoot a million people, but you walk with your gun for protection. You got it.
That's working very fine for Microsoft right now, right? Obviously, that is the answer to everything. Carry a big stick. All right, now back to what I was saying. I think there's somebody.
Real quick though, Kratos. Before you go on, I gotta say real quick though, the power argument, Microsoft. The Xbox One X has actually put them back in the game. The Xbox One X is selling well. It's got some gamers' mind share.
And Dave, that's what I'm trying to tell him, D.
And everyone that owns an X is satisfied with the console. The console, first of all, does 4K 60 recording with HDR. That's like you gotta buy a $400 PC card to do that shit.
He ain't want to listen to me, D.
That's built into the system. Let me finish talking.
Let him finish talking, Kratos.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you got the most native 4K games on any console.
Shit!
The PlayStation 4 Pro can't even compete with it natively. When you have multi-plat games on the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro, it's quite evident that they look a lot better on the Xbox One X. Now, Microsoft's problem.
They love to play checkers.
Microsoft's problem is that they need to get better developers that take advantage of their hardware and push out titles that look in the same vein and as what Sony is doing. And I feel that they have addressed that next generation with them acquiring all these studios. And now we're hearing rumors of IO Interactive. We're hearing rumors of Crytek. So I think they're in good hands.
And these rumors follow me every day.
The bottom line is that Microsoft next generation not only needs to have the most powerful console, they need to have the developers that can extrapolate the performance from these consoles and show us some games that look next level shit. Because I can say this in all honesty, the PlayStation 5, from what we're seeing, whether or not it's more powerful than the next Xbox, it looks like it's going to be a very, very capable system. And if you look at what Sony developers have been able to do with 1.2 or 1.3 teraflops of the base PlayStation 4 system, 1.8. It's quite remarkable what they've been able to accomplish. Now, if they were able to have 10, 11, 12 teraflops of performance, in my honest opinion, I think those games would start to really approach some photorealism shit. Now, Microsoft needs to take advantage of them being a software company and put great tools in their first-party developers so that they can have great-looking games too. And I think Microsoft is poised to do that next generation. And regardless, I think next generation, I think both PlayStation gamers and Microsoft gamers are going to win because these guys are going to be going for each other's jugular.
I was riding with you, but you lost me right there, man. I was riding with you, but you lost me right there. I got no faith in Microsoft.
All right, hold up. I got two bills here. AP the shooter with the 50 bits. There's a difference. Microsoft has the higher ground because they are more than a gaming company. Even though Sony is more of a wait, what? Microsoft has the higher ground because they are more than a gaming company. There we go. Even though Sony is more than a gaming company, the Xbox division doesn't have the high ground on Sony's gaming division, and they never will because they are spread thin as a company. Because Microsoft has a lot of hands and a lot of pots for Sony. Really, PlayStation's their biggest moneymaker right now. They have insurance and Sony Pictures, but even Sony Pictures might be sold off to Apple soon. But Stuart Stokes with the 50 bits as well. Ain't Xbox numbers still under 100? Damn. Ain't happening, D. Xbox numbers are still 100K, under 100K every month, while Nintendo and Sony are pushing 250K, bitch. There's no getting back into the game. The game is over, D. Alright.
This generation,
the 50 bits again, the last one. Alright, Sony walks with their big stick. Pause. God of War. Nothing Xbox has can ever even be in the same realm.
Oh, that's just
not even in the same realm.
That's
D.
true. That's true.
Not even in the same realm.
What? Name a game.
Days Gone shits on everything.
Battletoads.
Battletoads. Let's
Hold
go.
on, that big stick is the 6 T-flop GPU.
I'll say this: this generation, Microsoft got their asses handed to them when it comes to exclusives and the quality of it. There's no denying that.
And
but
Phil,
these,
we trust.
But these motherfuckers went back to the drawing board. And if you guys like cut all the fanboy shit out, let's just have like a real discussion here.
Cut the shit out.
If you see the moves that they're making, all the studios that they're buying, come on, you can't realistically think that next generation they're not gonna bring their A game. They're gonna.
Listen,
I don't know, but they'll bring.
Let's be honest, yeah. I'm telling you now, this year Gears 5 will be the best looking game this year.
Ah, shut up.
Fuck your Pro, fuck your Days Gone, fuck Dreams Daddy, fuck everybody, fuck all you motherfuckers.
Gears 5.
Hey, don't forget about the burly man at
DLC. That's all it is.
You know what?
All I know is D. 1 second, D. 1. All I know is. Go on, D.
We see some things behind the scenes, and no, it's not. It looks completely different.
What have you seen behind the scenes, D?
It looks just a few screenshots, but regardless, it looks fantastic, and I really do think it's gonna. Honestly, tell you, this generation, the best looking games.
How did you get these screenshots?
The best looking games this generation were Gears and Forza. So I have no doubt that Gears is gonna improve upon the last iteration.
Is questioning your integrity right now. He said, "Where do you get these?"
I've seen a few things floating around, man. That's it.
It better not be from an Assassin's Creed guy. Stuart Stone with the 50 bits. According to Hebot, Quantum Break is the best exclusive this generation.
Quantum Break was good.
Come on, man. Quantum Break is good. Come on.
I enjoyed that game.
Well, if it was so good, why y'all didn't buy it? If it was so good, why y'all didn't buy it?
Listen,
it's called Hide and Days Gone. So
listen, I will say this. I think Quantum Break, outside of Gears and Forza and Halo, was the best exclusive Microsoft released this generation. Outside of Gears and Forza and Halo.
I agree.
Let me ask you this then. Let me ask you this, right? Because guys love to bring up these launch titles, right? These launch titles that failed, and they didn't have any sequels because they failed. It seems like a lot of Xbox guys have these games near and dear to their heart. Where the hell were you guys back then when the games launched? Why you didn't support them so you would have had a sequel? Why is that? Why all of a sudden you have a change of heart? Quantum Break is so highly favored, and all of these other games are so highly favored. Oh, give us a Quantum Break. Give us a Rise 2. Where were you guys?
Well, Rise sold.
Listen.
The reason why there's no Rise 2 is because they have some problems with Crytek, and Crytek wouldn't allow them to put out a Rise 2. So that's with that.
Listen. Microsoft owns that IP.
Who gonna make?
Yeah, they own IP. They can get anybody to make it.
No, they don't own it.
They don't own IP.
They don't own it. Crytek owns it. They tried to buy it.
It was over the ownership of the game, and that's when Crytek. We can put the game on any other platform we want. You know what I mean?
So it's possible if a Rise 2 come out, it could go to PlayStation as well.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
Quantum Break. The media killed Quantum Break, man, with that whole. It's not 1080p and it's.
Yeah,
all
it
these.
was
That never
checkerboard
happened.
720p. That's what it was. It was
And
checkerboard.
also too, when a lot of people realized that Microsoft was going to bring it to PC, because there was a lot of my PC friends that were going to specifically get an Xbox for that game. So when they realized it was a Play Anywhere title, they said, "Oh fuck it, I'm just going to play it on PC." So that kind of killed it too.
But
So-
be honest, they probably pirated it. They probably downloaded it instead of buying
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Isn't
Yeah,
that-
they did pirate. You don't you remember that there was a big pirate patch if you
put a patch in your eye.
downloaded?
But
Yeah.
D,
Yeah, for
isn't that the
Quantum
same? Isn't that the same problem that Microsoft is going to have going forward? With if you have your games, if nothing's exclusive to that particular hardware, people are going to do exactly what you just said. They're going to play it.
Yeah, but next generation is going to be funny because, to be honest with you, I think this is going to be the first generation really since like the 360 days where the consoles are really close to the PC. So if they do things right, I don't think so. Now, this is my thing with Microsoft. I know I'm sounding like a broken record here, but they really need to come out swinging. They really need to show us some games that we've like. The graphics just blow us away. The gameplay is different. The stories are different. The mechanics are different. They really need to blow us away. And if the games look like fire on the next generation Xbox, and these IPs are like good IPs, they'll be fine.
I got a question about that, real
Hold on,
quick.
before you ask that question, let me pay the bills real quick. And this is a good question, all right? Shout out to my brother AP the Shooter. I don't know, there's a subscribe symbol there. I sent to your phone. You know what I mean? It's like $3 or something to subscribe. Where it says, where you follow the channel at, on your mobile, you should be able to see a subscribe button there also, I guess, on mobile. But anyway, my man AP the Shooter said, at D-Batch, will Gears 5 look better than The Last of Us 2? Z, I'm going to see you something right quick. Do you think that
It will.
Now listen, I will say this. As far as visuals, what we've seen, Gears of War 5 was the best looking game graphically that I've seen on the Xbox platform. You know, especially that part when she went through with the hammers. But you know, I think it's two different art styles. What's your opinions, D? Do you think Gears of War 5?
Yeah, I think Gears of War 5 is going to be fire. I think the last Gears of War was right up there graphically with, you know, anything that Sony was. Be honest, you can say you don't like the game as much, you don't like the mechanics, or you don't like the Gear franchise, but you can't knock that game on its graphic.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
especially the story mode with the HDR. It's a pretty game.
I agree. Yeah.
And Gears
Yeah,
is very pretty.
It's just that Sony's just been consistent. All of Sony's games, they have that same look. They have that pedigree to them. Where
No, of course not.
Microsoft, if it's just basically been Gears. Quantum Break looked good. Forza looks incredible, and that's pretty much it. And there was one at launch that wowed me. It was that game where you draw, and the kid like crawls over stuff and.
Max and
Max and the Curse of the Brotherhood.
Yeah, that looked pretty good.
Hey,
that
AP, send to me on
pretty good
Facebook.
game,
Everybody's
though.
on Facebook. That picture.
story.
I got
That
a
was a
picture of
good-
the actress from he just sent me a picture of the actress from The Last of Us 2. I know I would say this too. I think I know that the Xbox guys tease me about this about mocap. I think they're just two different art styles. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
Nephew breaking up. Nephew breaking up.
Yeah, I agree. The art, Sony's art style. Sony tends to go for that photorealistic
That's more
type
realistic.
art style, and
Yeah.
Microsoft tend to go for the softer, subtle,
Gritty.
and the
Like
more
gritty look.
cartoony type.
But photo
games.
realistic always looks better. That's why The Last of Us 2
And
looks
they- and they-
better.
and
But do you think that they make those cartoony type games because they don't have time to deal with or the talent to make like the
What did I
realistic?
ask Phil? Remember when I asked Phil?
I remember.
And he answered me back during Beast Fire. What the hell did I say?
Yeah.
He said
broke it,
Phil
bro.
Spencer said he makes the games with that art style so they can be able to scale them across multiple
No,
platforms.
Oh, that was
timing.
Craig Duncan off Sea of
Yeah.
Thieves.
If you want my honest
That
opinion,
was Craig Duncan.
I think they're a little bit relaxed over there when dealing with their developers, and you know they kind of don't have any type of mandate, and you know like we're not hearing this publicly, but I believe Sony must have some type of fucking mandate to say, listen, we have a certain expectation for the games
Quality
that we put in our
control.
system, and
Quality
we, you know
control.
we want them to look very realistic. We don't want things to look cartoony, because that's clearly happening because all of their exclusives are looking that way. Where Microsoft is like, you know, just make the game you want to make. Now, I think Microsoft should still have that attitude, like make the game you want to make, but say, you know,
Okay, here's a question,
Make it more realistic. Put more
And I
emphasis
want to put
on
you in
the
the hot
fact.
seat.
No?
Here's a question, right? And I understand what you're saying, right? As far as, because again, I asked him this, you know what I mean? Because when I sit back and I looked at it, right? You know what I mean? Like, damn, we went from, it was like a 2.5 years record, iPhone record, then we had Phantom Dust Original Assets,
That was
Disney
purple.
Bros. Z Tycoon, all these goddamn games, even State of Decay, right? All of these don't have a realistic look to them, right? They don't. And he said it was more or less timing. Now, my man Jay said it comes down to talent.
I agree. I have to agree. I have to agree with him there. But that's where Microsoft buying all of these studios come into play, because if you don't think all these studios are going to be, they are their own separate things, but they're going to be like a hive. They're going to definitely share different
Hear me
things.
out, D. What about this? What's the goddamn game that Black Tusk preview or showed off? Shanghai Heights. That was a realistic looking game.
Yeah.
That was, more or less, I said mocap. Shanghai Heights. You know what I mean? That was more or less, I guess, like I said, could be considered like it was.
Listen,
Even
Scalebound,
one game that wowed me was
had that photorealistic type look to it. That would have been a game that
Yeah,
was.
but it's still, you know what? Oh, how about this?
Rise had that photorealistic look by far. Rise,
What
if you
game?
still pop in Rise now, it looks
It did.
amazing.
It did. It was
okay, Rise was
the
made
gameplay
by,
with
Rise was made by Mike. Okay, it was by Crytek.
Crytek.
But
Wait.
Microsoft, as far as mature content, they haven't made it. And we can switch the stories right here because we can get your opinion on this. They have been very Nintendo-ish, pre-teen, Britney Spears. Now even they trying to censor Xbox Live. You know what I mean? What's the article here? Let me bring the article up here. Somebody just sent it to me. Like I don't understand what's this obsession is with Microsoft when they're trying to water shit down. I ain't gonna lie. What was this watering down when Xbox Live first came out, bro? And fucking, I thought it was my first name. I remember Joe told me, and I'm cool with him now, right? Motherfucker said, next gen, how do you know when next? He says, hey, how do you start an income? What? Shut the fuck up. I'll put some cheese. Shut the fuck up. Now, how do you start an income? I'm like, I don't know. What? I did food stamps under the soap. That was the most racist, funny shit I ever heard in my life. I laughed for like 2 days. Shut up, my man. We're gonna be friends now too. But I guess online friends. But Xbox Live was so racist back 2000 when Xbox Live came out, 2002, 2004. Like like I said, I was like the first person of color up there. You might have had some other black, but they wasn't black. My gamer tag is Zaire. I'm talking with the the slang and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, who's there? Like, they got a black guy in there? Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, like, that shit used to be racist as hell back then. But you do have what you call a report button or whatever. Them trying to censor trash talk. Like, you think you're doing too much as adults. I mean, you know what I mean? I don't talk shit as much. I still talk about shit, but normally when I'm playing online, playing with you guys, hey, you know I'm a pop shit. You know what I mean? So, I don't understand why these just, like, what are they trying to do?
I think, you know what, in all honesty, a lot of kids think it's important to have that in place to protect the kids. Now, amongst adults and grown folks, I think anything goes as long as you don't really get into the racist shit, to be honest with you. And
protect the kids. Have you played Call of Duty or any game where these kids are on? They say the most outlandish shit.
Yeah, they do. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say they don't, but I understand the reasoning behind.
But dude, nowadays you don't need to say much and you get reported.
Wow,
that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, I remember my brother was playing FIFA. I think it was 18 or some shit, and he was playing on my account. And obviously, because he was beating the guys, they were getting pissed off. And obviously, he was giving shit. They were giving shit back, saying this and that, and I nearly got banned. Do you know, like, it's so easy to get reported.
Yeah, maybe they need to refine it in a sense where
why? Listen, man,
they could make you never link up with that person again. You know that you're like.
There you go. But my thing is like, when it comes to online console gaming, you have two competitors out there. You know what I mean? At one time, Xbox Live was leading the way. Now PSN may caught them. I'm not even going back who has the better service. It's not even about that. You know what I mean? But when you think about gaming for adults, right? You think about either the Xbox or the PlayStation. Sony ain't got shit to say. Why they always trying to come with this an agenda? Like, I don't understand Microsoft. Like, that's like, with this pre-teen pop rap, no curse words. Like,
came on the field.
I will say though that they do need to address more of the adult content. Like, if I had to break down the ratio, I would say 70 to I would say about 70% of Xbox players are pretty much adults or young adult, and 30% are like the younger. Where like PlayStation, I think it's probably a mix, 50-50.
So Z, this article you just got up in the background.
Hold on, wait a minute. D, where these numbers at?
No,
Please provide a source.
Come on now, Noah. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
come on, man. Come on, man.
These are just
No,
my
don't talk to me the
assumptions.
wrong way.
But like we got to be honest here, the PlayStation is the most popular console. So
hold up.
you got to imagine
No,
that a lot of the kids
Don't
are
you
on that.
dare question his life experience.
Yes.
It's just an assumption. No hard numbers, but still, I believe there's more kids on PlayStation.
I mean, okay, but the more kids, whatever the case may be. But what I'm saying is, I don't understand. Okay, good. I'm saying I don't understand. Well, Microsoft is always trying to be the front runner for I don't know what this audience they're going after. Even like
Hey,
I don't.
speaking of, bro, like I noticed the change happened around the time the original Wii came out. Like when the Wii was successful, it seems like Microsoft changed their whole marketing. Like they brought the Kinect. They were trying to be the family-friendly console.
Yeah.
Hey man, and that comment goes with the bill here. AP the Shooter with the 50 bits. Cause the weirdos and the boardroom. And Phyllis Spencer with the tick chin trying to turn Xbox into the Care Bears laughing my ass off.
Hey, my man,
Phil Spencer, okay.
Shout out to Garrett, my man Garrett, man, getting put out of his house. Pray for my man Garrett, man. Somebody got at home. You getting put out. You didn't live like your rent security fund. You ain't fooling me none. But my man, but also to my man Stewart said, is Sony being 50-50 is only to the popularity and they have it in a footnote. But anything with the chick, what's the tick? What do you say again? Calls the widows in the boardroom. Phil Spencer with the tick chin trying
with the
to
tick chin trying to turn Xbox into Care Bears laughing my ass off.
You know, man, that's not their audience, though. That's what I said before. And I said that Microsoft has forgot what their core was. They totally turned their back on us. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have that. That's not where you're trying to cater to.
Yeah, that's not your audience. But they saw the success of the Wii. Like, everybody went and bought a Wii.
Exactly.
Like, grandmothers, mamas, aunties, everybody went and bought a Wii.
Everybody, yeah.
And
the Wii
Microsoft just stopped buying third-party deals. They stopped the exclusives. And we've been getting a bunch of family-friendly, kid-oriented material from Microsoft.
But you guys are forgetting. The reason the Xbox exists is because they wanted to get their name. They wanted a Microsoft product entertainment system or box entertainment
in the living room
into everybody's living room. That's the only reason the Xbox was ever created and existed.
Yeah.
And they tried to, obviously after the OG Xbox One, they tried to implement it with the Xbox 360, which was more successful. But then they tried to push it a little bit too far with the OG Xbox One, and people rebelled, and people just didn't.
Why do you think is Microsoft feels so hard with their products? Like when you think about Zoom and Windows phones, like what is it about?
They just give up.
Patience. They don't got patience.
Listen, okay, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to be okay. Microsoft is a software company. They started as a software company. I get it. They dibble and dabble in little hardware here and there, but their core is software. They started with Windows, with Office and stuff like that. Now I know they're into the servers and stuff like that with Azure, and so they're into data centers and stuff like that. But you got to realize what a company, in essence, really is. Yes, they do video gaming, but at the end of the day, they're about that PC, Windows operating system and software company.
And hold on to that thought. I got some bills to pay here. Dave 3 with 100 bits. Negative. The PlayStation audience is older than the Xbox audience, D, because the PlayStation is an older brand, and that how old generations are for adults means they're more adults over in the PlayStation side.
No, listen. Hey, listen. First of all, shout out to you for donating to this dog shoot show, right? Supporting it. But Dev, we talk about when it comes to online gaming, for us consoles, like the other console, Xbox Live was all to be all. You know what I mean? Sony kind of dragged their feet with it. They kind of picked up steam towards the tail end of the generation. You know what I mean? But when you're talking about online gaming, you know what I mean? But Sony has Microsoft by one generation, right? I went from being a PlayStation fan, you know what I mean? And what made me an Xbox fan was because I could put my CDs into it, and Xbox Live literally what made me turn my back on PlayStation, I had everything again, was the fact that I can play online and sit and talk shit. To me, that just for me, and maybe different for others. To me, that took gaming to a whole different experience.
Experience, yeah.
For me, you know what I mean? Maybe not some people ain't get onto the 360, but I was there. I was a beta tester for Xbox Live in 2002. Literally, November 2002. No, I'm lying. September 2002. September, August, like I forgot. But I was a beta tester for it. It was $150. I got the thing in the mail. I beta tested the damn thing. So, you know what I mean? So I can't say that. We just talking about as far as online gaming. And, you know, believe it or not, and that's what that's why I really don't give Microsoft no excuses. Sony only has them by one generation, 4 years, or 4 years, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, 5 years. 5 years, I think. That's
it. I mean, so, but anyway, we got another bill in there.
Yeah, and I'll spend that one later. But Chris the Ripper with 100 bits. Y'all holding on, but Microsoft is not producing content for the streets no more. That left with Donnie D. Lol, it's a wrap, man. And to the first point about the whole older people thing, the PlayStation has more kids because it's the dominant console of the generation. So obviously there's more kids on the console because there's more people on there in general.
Yeah.
Just like the 360 had a bunch of kids too because that was a dominant console.
Yeah, so but I guess he's talking about as far as adults. Or,
but yeah, as far as I guess fans and stuff, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. It's only by one generation.
I'm not sure they gotta do a poll or some shit out there. So, but
well, shit, that's the case. More adults would be on the Nintendo platform. That's not the case. You know what I mean?
Shit.
I started out gaming with Nintendo
platform.
You know a lot of kids have that shit. But Stuart Stokes with the 50 bits. How about this? Since Xbox is all about services, what if they have Xbox Live Gold Kid Edition that censors profanity and keeps mostly only other Xbox Live Gold Kid Edition can play together? Don't censor the whole service for a small minority. Just my thoughts.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna spend that. I'm gonna send it to Phil. I'm gonna do a plagiarism at its best. I'm gonna highlight, right click, and copy this shit. Oh, man.
I'll be honest though. I think it's just the times we live in. Like just in general, everything is being censored these days.
That's true, but Microsoft ain't about to create no kids division. If that was the case, they would have had a kids division for gaming a long time ago.
It's already a kid console.
Would have thought about that.
With Zoo Tycoon and Disneyland, and it's already a kid.
If that's the case, then all of Microsoft is a giant kids division.
No,
just think about it. In today's society, we censor things a lot more. Like some shows can't come back because it couldn't be handled.
Hey, let me tell you something. Real talk. You ain't lying about that. So you know, Ben, I'm delegated to the couch here, right? Got this big house. I'm not even allowed upstairs. I can't even. No, so short. I spend 95% of my time on the couch in my house, right? So I got Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime is Video Prime. Shitting on Netflix. Shitting on Hulu. They got all this shit up there. So anyway, guess what I'm watching? I'm watching The Heat of the Night, right? The Heat of the Night. This old school show that's come on in the late 80s, early 90s. Bro, they was saying nigga live on regular TV. I'm like, and I'm like, what the hell? Like literally, like I'm watching a couple shows. This one in cable. I believe this just come on Channel 4 back in the day. At 10 o'clock at night. Like in The Heat of the Night. That was Archie Bunker and the black guy that passed away from AIDS, the black cop. White cop.
Yafikoto.
His real name was Howard Rollins, I believe. Howard Rollins. But anyway, he passed away from HIV, AIDS, or whatever. Was the dark-skinned cop and the white cop. The white cop was Archie Bunker. And takes place in Sparta, Mississippi. And they literally say, you know what I mean? It's a real racist cop. I'm like, damn.
But see, they had a timestamp then, like back then. Like, kids used to go like a certain bedtime. And that's what them type of shows used to come on 10 p.m. After like 10 p.m. is all the adults.
Well, it's just it's cool. I'm just saying we're just saying what things are being censored now. I'm just saying, even they were saying bitch and this day you might get whatever. What they were saying is,
I know what you mean.
I'm watching, like I said, The Heat of the Night, and a couple of those episodes, literally, they was calling my man all types of black niggas. Look at that black boy.
But that's true. But hey, go watch some early 2000s. No, you know what? Mid to late 1990s. And if you just look at the sex scenes, you'd be like, what the hell is going on? This is damn near porno they got in these movies.
All right, hold on 1 second. See the bills there? Nev? Oh, I gotta go. Okay, I got shout out to the True Capitalist. What's going on? Hope you're doing well, Z. Shout out to you, True Capitalist. I appreciate the love and support. My man, the Ruham. If you're just joining the show now, like I said before, your shirt, your size medium. My man, the Ruhan weighed 96 pounds, literally, man. He thinks it's in him a medium. He said, my first online game was SOCOM. Great show, guys. We're going to talk about SOCOM, too. Checked with bad latency. He said Forza is rated E, Uncharted is rated T, Bayonetta is rated M. Enough said. Repeat that again. Forza is a car game. Said Forza is rated E for everyone. Uncharted is rated T. I didn't realize Uncharted was rated T. Uncharted is rated T, and Bayonetta is rated M. I think the reason why I'm saying get you guys. I think Bayonetta rated M is because of her outfit. It's kind of
I think it kind of shows you a bit of
Yeah, I think because her outfit, you know what I mean. You know, it's kind of voluptuous. You know what I mean.
I think it shows a bit because Baron was talking about Bayonetta 2, and he goes, it kind of shows a bit more in that type of game. So
yeah, I don't know. I didn't even know. That's a good question. I didn't even know that Uncharted was rated 10. I thought that probably be rated mature also, but it's a rated teen. I know Last of Us. I know Last of Us 2. That should be rated M for mature.
Yeah, that has to be. Have you seen the way that shit?
Yeah, they gotta be rated.
Just the lesbian kiss alone.
Well, not even some. Whatever. No, I'm talking about that inside. You know that scene when she's inside that hotel. Went in like a little broken down store. And she hit my man in the face with the pickaxe or whatever. Like, yo, God.
That's mature.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
That's the shit.
That's one thing I like. That's one thing I like about Sony's games. They don't mind pushing that boundary of what they can do, and they're not gonna censor their devs and tell them don't do this and don't do that.
I'll give you props to that. I
agree with you guys.
Listen, even Days Gone, there's some scenes in there.
I ain't even play it yet.
Bro. I mean, it's like it's like, damn, I can't believe they allowed this.
Hey, Kratos, there's a lot of white women upset about that "ride me like your bike" comment.
I know, right?
My comment's cheesy as hell, bro.
Let me ask you, Jay. Let me ask you something. What's Days Gone rated? Like, I mean, is it M? Is it teen? What?
I don't know, but
I'll let you know right now. As far as the rating
listen,
of the game,
there's blood.
The game.
Yeah, it's a lot of blood in the game.
What the hell is my copy? I don't even know what the hell my copy is.
I'm not talking about the score.
Yeah, he's talking about the is it mature or whatever. But yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm looking for my game copy of the game.
But hold on, there's some bills I need to pay here. True Capitalist with the 60 bits. What's going on? Hope you're doing well, Z. The Ruham with the 1000 bits. My first online game was SOCOM. Great show, guys. And Badlands C with the 50 bits. Forza is rated E. Uncharted is rated T. Bayonetta is rated M. Enough said. I think you guys got that.
That's what happened when somebody falls asleep in class and we read that part. I'm like, Neff.
Days Gone is rated mature.
Oh, shit.
You gotta read the mature? Okay.
My very first online game was NBA 2K on Sega Dreamcast, and that thing froze. I had it on download.
What was my first online game? I'm not even gonna lie. I think my first online game was RuneScape.
Hey, my first online gaming was Sega Channel, Sega Genesis.
Nah, my first online real online game was what the hell game was that they came with? A motorcycle game. They came with the Xbox Live beta.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure your first online was Pornhub.
Oh crap! It was crap.
It was a motorcycle game that came with the beta thing. That was my first online. Then it was like Ghost Recon.
Moto Racer.
Whatever it was. Yeah, it was. It didn't even have the original game came out and it didn't have it online, but they patched the online into after the game. You know, when Xbox Live came up to the public. But that was my first online game.
You gotta admit, Xbox was like the first to do online right, because I remember.
Yes.
Like, I remember I had like Resident Evil Outbreak on the PS2.
Yes, they are.
I couldn't even finish a mission. And SOCOM, you only had lobbies. Like, you couldn't even like send invites and stuff like Xbox.
But that's indisputable, and everybody knows that Microsoft pretty much made online gaming mainstream.
Say that one more time, Kratos. I never heard you say anything positive about Xbox.
I mean, I can't listen. I can't lie about that. Microsoft are the first ones to make online gaming mainstream.
Actually, hold on. I got a question about the whole online thing with the PS2 and all that. So, Porter Rock mentioned that the PS2 had a broadband adapter to it.
It did. You had to buy it.
I have
$100. Yeah, no. I get
it
that.
came with Final Fantasy.
You have to buy it,
even if you had the broadband adapter, were you still playing with people with dial-up as well, or only broadband people?
No, you played with people with dial-up as well. Yeah.
Yeah, well, because Border was trying to say Xbox Live didn't introduce broadband internet, but they did.
No,
the cheating back there was crazy.
That's why I chose my words wisely when I said it.
No, I don't even think that broadband
to make it mainstream.
I don't even think that broadband adapter was out before the Xbox Live Starter Kit came out. Because I had one also.
But no, because I remember him mentioning that, but like, it had to be Xbox.
They did have, even Nintendo. They sold, because I had it online for the GameCube too with Final Fantasy. I only had one game that was online.
Yeah, I think Xbox. I think the Live did come out first.
Yeah. I don't think that.
Even if it didn't, Xbox Live was the first place where you only could do broadband.
Yeah,
like, that's a big difference.
And that was a big controversy back then.
That's a big difference.
It was a lot of people like, oh, they're going to force me to.
No, they really were the ones to introduce true broadband.
Connectivity. Is there any way we can find this thing to make this thing work? What Dollar and the engineers was like, no, if you want this thing, you know what I mean? And kudos to them. Hold on, let me pay the bill with my man AP the Shooter. He says Sega Saturn had a fighting game that you could play online, I think, but only with Japan. I think I might be wrong. You might be talking about Virtua Fighter.
Power Stone. He talking Power Stone 2.
Power Stone 2 that was online for the Sega Saturn.
I believe so. It was Power Stone 2.
I remember only thing I remember being online for the Sega Saturn was NBA 2K.
Yeah, and man, we ran like shit. But I couldn't even.
Yeah, I didn't even try. It didn't.
I was like, online is not the way.
Sega Saturn.
The way I felt about online back then is the way a lot of people feel about streaming games at the time.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was horrible.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Was Power Stone on Sega Saturn as well?
Yeah.
It was on Sega Saturn. Yep.
So then it got ported to the Dreamcast.
That was the game, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Power Stone was that game.
But okay,
I remember playing down the Dreamcast.
My wire, my cell phone wire.
Yeah, I remember on Dreamcast. I don't recall on Sega Saturn, but
that's what it is. I thought you pulled the Sega Saturn.
But anyway, moving right along. So Sega came out and my cell phone wire charger is plugged into the white block. Sega came out and announced today that they will be making all of their games multi-platform. So we can expect to see thank you very much, baby. We can expect to see Yakuza on the next iteration of Yakuza on the Xbox One and maybe even probably the Nintendo Switch. What are you guys' thoughts about that?
I think that's a good move. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good. Listen, the only reason that hadn't happened sooner is because, for one, Xbox doesn't sell very well in Japan, and then for two, that fan base has pretty much been against those type of games. They've never really supported those type of games, so that's why.
Not 100% true, man.
No, wait. I'm going to tell you what changed this generation. When they started seeing those Yakuza games and they start seeing the other games, Phil Spencer jumped on a jet. He went over there, talked to those guys, tried to make deals with the Japanese market, the developers and stuff. And I do believe that this is a result from Phil Spencer negotiating when he went. Can you send me
that article again, please, Neff?
No, this is a result from Sega.
I give Phil Spencer credit for this particular move.
Yeah, Phil Spencer definitely had a part to play in this because he's visited Japan about 6 times now, I believe. And
I feel it comes down to Sega being broke. They want their money.
No, but
that too, Z. They lost like $17 million or $1 billion. I can't remember what's in the article. They lost a lot of money last quarter, and they need to recoup. So if they expand the number of consoles, obviously that brings in more revenue. So that plays a big role, but also Phil Spencer, I think him going over there trying to open up some deals and some gateways. I believe that allowed that.
I think it's about the money. It's always about the money.
Yeah. He must have shown talked about XCloud and all that bullshit. You could get this many gamers.
It's about. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you what happened with the same thing happened with Sega. Happened with Konami, is that they went balls to the wall with their Pico machines out in Japan and kind of moved away from console gaming. You know what I mean? They doubled down. Some slot machines is big in Japan for them. They kind of scaled back on them actually making, developing games for consoles and did more with the arcade thing.
Yeah, of course, I agree with Konami, but Sega was still making games for the console.
Not like they were the previous generation.
It always comes down to the money, and like I've told you, Z, what was it?
Somebody sent me the article.
Yeah, I just sent you the article. But remember, we had this argument 2 months ago. I told you second-party deals and these third-party deals are going to go away. Just look at what's already happening right now with the Sega thing. All those games will probably hit the Switch. I don't even know if they'll hit the Xbox. But they're most definitely hitting the Switch because the Switch is selling like crazy over there.
Hey, hold on. Do you remember y'all were talking about the Xbox leak and y'all kept asking what was P5RE.
Yeah.
Persona 5 RE.
I asked for Persona 5, whatever the case may be. Yeah.
Yeah, the Persona 5 did hit the Switch, but it's not the real Persona 5. It's like this weird ass game. But like,
don't tell Baron
that shit was an L. But who knows? Maybe they'll make Persona 6 and I might hit the
That's a major L.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm just saying, with the competition coming to play, Google, shit like that, all these second-party, third-party deals, they're probably going to be less and less. That's why you have to have a big first-party lineup.
Oh, yeah,
I don't think you can rely on second-party deals anymore.
And somebody's going to cut the check. I think that they're still going to be somebody's going to go out there and cut the check, and for a game to be made. You know what I mean? But I don't like I said.
Yeah, but that's not the point. It's, are you going to get sequels?
No,
is that a guarantee? That's the issue.
No, this is what I mean by this. Let me hear me out. Let me clarify myself. What I mean by I don't think Sony gave Sega a dime to bring the Yakuza series.
Yeah, exactly. They were defaulting games.
They did. That's what I said. They came. The games came to PlayStation by default.
Yeah, so that means that you might see, of course, less and less of that. It's the same thing what happened with Metal Gear. You'll never see another exclusive Metal Gear because the Metal Gear Solid 4 then they bankrupt Konami. You know what I mean? And they said themselves you would never see another exclusive Metal Gear game. You know what I mean?
But I mean, look what happened with Quantum Dreams. That's a perfect example of a second party deal going south.
Exactly.
The recent Sega has announced. You got the article up?
I can't have the article. One sec.
While you pull that up, Nito, let me say this. This is why, guys, this time in Microsoft's in their business deals and what they're going to do with Xbox, why it is so crucial for them to have a great first-party lineup and a team full of developers. Because you cannot do what they've been doing, which is depending on third-party.
Yes, sir.
People, you're not guaranteed to buy it on the Xbox. I don't care if it looks better on the X. There's no guaranteed. So, but what will guarantee a console sale or to bring people to your platform is if you have games that you can't play anywhere else and you force the people to buy your games.
Look at Epic Store.
Simple.
People complain, but they've been doing very good.
Oh man, we can talk about the Epic Store. I love that topic. Okay, this whole article is one paragraph, I think. I don't know what this is. But Sega has announced its recent financials, which the company explained they have fallen significantly below the initial plan due to deterioration of business environment and lack of hit titles. The company went on to say that it is breaking down its PlayStation 4 exclusivity on future titles and will adopt a more multi-platform approach. So they're abandoning greatness, I guess. Sega has also stated that they plan to refocus on existing IPs and fan favorites rather than producing and quite possibly falling with new IPs. However, the company should do quite well this autumn with Sega Mega Drive Mini, which is sounding like it's going to be a very special product for retro enthusiasts and gamers. This product launches on the 19th of September.
I bet we see some of those titles.
Kratos, they're abandoning greatness. What's going on?
Yeah, they are. Z already explained it to you.
Yeah, no.
By default, the games have been on the PlayStation. Well, now
I've also been saying. I've been telling you guys. Just because these games are exclusive now doesn't mean they always will. Like Persona would not surprise me if that goes multi-platform.
Here's the question. Here's the big question, right? This is why I posed the question earlier. Will the Xbox community go out and support these games?
Hold on. A perfect example and a way to look at that.
It needs to be pretty good.
Grand Theft Auto.
No,
listen. These games are not Grand Theft Auto, right? So you can't compare any of the.
How much were they selling on the PlayStation? We need those first.
No,
$29. Yeah, exactly. Those games, those Yakuza games, came out $29. So it's not like it was a $60 title. So that plays a big factor too.
Yakuza was $29. I'll pay $60. What the hell I got? Yakuza.
No, I don't think it's $29, Kratos.
Kratos always making stuff up, man. Don't pay
I bought about 2 Yakuzas for like $20, $30.
No, that you must got.
But when it brand new,
bargain bin
y'all know I get my stuff day one. I'm telling you.
I'm pretty sure you just pull $100 out.
No, they had some sales, but them shits with the Yakuza 6 was $60. When they initially released, they were $60. Hold on one second.
AP the shooter with the 50 bits. The Xbox community, in my opinion, will not get a sequel to good games until they hold the developers' feet to the fire. Go around Xbox. that in turn will make Xbox do it, or you'll have a situation like Insomniac.
Yeah, I think they missed the opportunity for Sunset Overdrive. Even though I'm not a big fan of Sunset.
I don't think it's the consumer fault, man. I think it's Microsoft.
It is. Listen, no, listen. It is.
No. Wait. I'm about to counter what you're saying already because
it is directly the consumer.
There's a lot of titles that underperform on PlayStation platform, but they get sequels.
Exactly, but here's the thing.
So how is that the consumer fault?
No, because the Xbox guys, right? The Xbox community did not even support its first party, second party, or third party games this generation because they didn't get any sequels.
A lot of times the sequel outperforms the original. A lot of times when a new IP comes out, you don't really see the success of that franchise.
Yeah, I'll give you an example. Look at Sunset Overdrive. Look at Sunset Overdrive. Insomniac wants to do the sequel. Microsoft won't give them the go-ahead.
Exactly.
So it's not the customer's fault.
But listen, it is some of the customer fault. If you don't buy the game, you can't keep asking these guys to crank out these fucking games that you're not buying.
Listen, I'm like this, right? I remember when I was going back and forth with them crap when they argued me down. Basically, it's my duty to go out there and buy Voodoo Vince. I said, motherfucker, I bought the first one. I ain't like it again. Listen, I'm not buying. Let me tell you something. I buy it. It's your responsibility. I don't want to say it's the consumer's fan. It comes down to Microsoft releasing quality titles. I wouldn't expect nobody to go out there and buy dog shit. My man, Christopher said, how much that Nier Automata sell on the Xbox? I don't know.
Hey, it's on sale. I'm about to get it. Today.
I know it's a hard game. I don't know what it sold on the PlayStation. You know what I me? But
one thing I'll say,
they're not big sellers. They're not big sellers though.
Listen, one thing I'll say, right? In the beginning of this generation, there was a lot of people in the Xbox community, a lot of Xbox owners talked about all of these Yakuzas and these games, these Tinky Winky games and these Jap Crap games, right? Now they're begging and they're loving that these games are coming because they see that their first
fanboy mentality.
No,
exactly. That's why I'll go back to that.
About the bugs.
Look up the ponies. Some of them ponies are hyping up Control and shit.
Hey, Hellblade was a great game
exactly. Hellblade was a great game until it hit Xbox, and like,
and to counter your argument, a lot of ponies were hyped for Devil May Cry 5 until it got shown on Xbox stage.
But listen, we're talking about fanboy banter. Listen, we're talking about fanboy banter versus sales.
But that's what you're using.
You can talk shit on the internet. You can talk
Kratos
shit on the internet all day.
Kratos will take this ill today.
No, listen, you can talk shit on the internet all day, right? On Twitter, I can talk shit about Xbox all day, but you guys know I will still go out there and buy a Microsoft game. So it's like, the banter is one thing, but at the end of the day, you gotta buy your games or else you're not gonna have it.
I'll be honest,
they gotta make good games.
As long as you got Game Pass, I'm not buying a game.
At the same time, Nathan, at the same time, if you thought Quantum Break and Rise was dog shit back then, don't be in 2019 sitting here begging for a sequel.
Yeah, but I'm not one of those people. Rise gameplay was dog shit.
I be Rise and I be
Rise came out with like 15 minutes.
Rise ain't no God of War.
How many of you Xbox nuts in the chat and panel really played Quantum Break and are still dying for a sequel to Alan Wake? I played Quantum Break. It's pretty cool. I wouldn't mind a sequel.
I played Quantum Break. I'd rather play Quantum Break than Alan Wake.
Yeah, Max Step on 100 bits. Ponies failed. Sega got them out here making that trash ass movie. Oh yeah.
I'm on the last. I need to finish. I'm on the last chapter, like 2 chapters of Quantum Break. I need to get ahead and finish that shit.
Look at this nigga, bro. It's been 10 years,
Quantum Break was a good game till you reach the end.
Oh,
the end. The last boss is dog shit.
I need to get and finish.
Hey, the last boss is
a cheater.
Yeah, he's cheesy, bitchy.
Yeah, I beat Alan Wake though. I didn't do none of those others, those they had like some add-ons. That shit was kind of scary. I got PTSD kind of bad.
Alan Wake is a fantastic game.
I think Remedy takes too long to make games for them to be worthwhile. But that's
probably,
my opinion.
Was that the MK11?
But here's the thing. What I like about Remedy, they try different games. Like the games is different to other games. That's what it is.
Yeah. I would have bought Remedy just for the engine.
What's that?
Yeah, but they constantly make new ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that Northlight engine that they used for Alan Wake was great for the 360.
I like the same thing they use for Max Payne. I like their shooting mechanics. You know what I mean? I have an issue.
Yeah, the mechanics are pretty good. Yeah, just
Max Payne 3 was lit, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
They could make it.
Max Payne 3 was Rockstar, though.
They didn't do the first two. They didn't do three. They did the first two.
Yeah, 3 was Rockstar.
Yeah, but 3
So
was...
let me ask you something.
I like the first one.
Microsoft
I like the first one.
You like the Rockstar game, then?
Huh? What'd you say?
Does Microsoft own the IP for Alan Wake?
No, I think they own the publishing, whatever, for the.
Yeah, they did the publishing.
Yeah, you're right. They own the publishing, but they own the IP for Quantum Break.
Yeah. Oh, they do. Whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did the secret result. Okay, last but not least, I got Dean here. PlayStation 5 developer, AMD came out today. Wasn't saying they bragged about the secret sauce.
Yeah. So they talked about the secret sauce. I don't. There's nothing really new to the story for me per se. Just for the simple fact that they already came out and said that both are gonna have their secret sauce. They're working on secret sauce with.
Hey, in that article, they did not say both. They talked specifically about Sony.
Oh, come on now, goddamn.
I'm just saying. Stick to the article and stick to what they're talking about the PS5. It did not mention Xbox anywhere in that article, sir.
I'll say this. This is good because both of these consoles are gonna be custom. And both of these companies have a vision, and I guess soon enough we're gonna find out what that vision is. I did a story yesterday on the PlayStation dev kits being 13 teraflops, and we already know it's paired with an 8-core CPU. I'd be really surprised if they didn't have 16 threads. But so and that's pretty powerful. And a lot of I got some some guy jumped into my comment section today and goes, "Dumb nigga." he's like all the dev kits, they have the same power. It's just the memory is different.
I got a question for you, D. Hold on, let me say this right quick. I got a question for you. My man maxed up with the $100, 100 bits. He said Remedy's selling ads to make that whack ass control. I look at what Controller's being a sequel or prequel to Quantum Break. I like Quantum Break. Some people didn't like it.
Controller, I think Controller will be a decent game.
I like Quantum Break, so I am looking forward to Control. Hold on, my man Chris the Ripper said, D, you deserve a position at Microsoft with all that underhanded shots you throw at Sony. LOL. But I got a question for you, right? Now, it's more or less confirmed that the dev kit for the PlayStation 5 is at least 30 bits, 13 gigs, right? So if the dev kit, now dev kits are more powerful than the actual console, leave this some red room, usually have more RAM. So if the dev kits, here's a question. So the dev kits is 13 T-flops, right? How powerful do you think the actual console will be?
I think the actual console will be between 11 and 12.
I don't see it be. They're going to be more powerful.
It won't be the same because they always give headroom, and we have an example with all the dev kits before it. And people say, "Oh,
so
the Xbox
you're telling me the Scorpio was 8 T-flops?
The Scorpio was 6. The Scorpio was.
Thank you. The Scorpio was
6.6 teraflops.
Yeah. The dev kit was higher.
How do you get that big of a jump though? You go from 13 to
11.
Oh man, god damn.
No, I'm just saying when you talk about the PS5.
Kratos, you can't talk all the time. Listen, I simply said that the next generation PlayStation will either be 11 or 12 teraflops.
But you got the inside tone for you. So you got an inside source. So you was 18 miles, right?
I said there was a rumor circulating that it was 8 teraflops. I didn't say I believe that. I never once said that was my
with
personal
these rumors when he talking about Sony, but he always.
I never said that was my personal opinion.
Listen.
Hey, he'll stop Sony dreams quick though, won't he?
Exactly.
I've always
listen.
DB, like my homeboy told me, just one person now, not any incredible, so just one person.
It's going to be 100 teraflops with the power of the cloud. It's going to be amazing.
13 teraflops, and the final console will be a little bit under that. So I would say at the max 12 or 11.
Now, D, let's put a safe bet.
Well, I think it's going to be 13.
PS5,
so
no.
I'll tell you though, the difference between the two, I don't think
Sony juice. That's what it is.
I don't think it's going to be that significant, honestly.
Hold on, right quick. Hey, Neff.
I personally think it'll be a 1080 Ti. spec.
Oh shit! 1080 Ti. Is that what we said? Okay, 8-bit shooter with 50 bits.
Yeah.
PlayStation 5 got the Bros barbecue sauce. FND. You, the Spin King, love saying what someone says when they are telling you what they actually said. Yeah,
Exactly.
So Christopher, Sony can buy a planet, and D will show up like. Hold up, D. This is funny. 100 bits. Sony can buy a planet, and D will show up and like, yeah, that's cool, but Phil Spencer just bought a galaxy.
Facts.
You know what? Every single exclusive that comes on the PlayStation, I nab it. I play the PlayStation as well when they have their exclusives. I play my PlayStation all the time. If I'm not, they don't have exclusives, then I'm mostly on my PC. Sometimes I get on my Xbox. I play everything. Cut it out.
What they're saying is you just always find a way to some kind of way undercut Sony.
Yeah,
that's it. We're talking about a PS5 only artitle.
Well, let's talk about the PS5 article then.
Way to add Xbox.
All I'm saying is it's nothing special. Microsoft's got a special sauce too. And next week when that article comes out, y'all be saying, "Oh, but Sony's gonna have their sauce."
Let's talk about it. Jay,
we just messing with you.
What do you believe? Like, what do you reckon it's gonna be? Well, it's gonna be 12 T-flops or 11 T-flops.
At the moment, right? The people who actually listen at the moment, the only information I have to go on are these insiders and these people who actually had their hands on the dev kits, and they said 13 T-flops. Now, it may come out less, it may come out more, we don't know, but until then, I'm going to stick with the credible number that's on the sheet, and I'm not going to, and I'm pretty sure
it's a rumor.
Hey, listen, D. I ain't gonna hold you. Listen, D.
Shit.
We got Alex.
Alex, what's up, Alex?
What's going on?
What's good? What's Days Gone saying?
I'm late, man. I'm late. Yo, listen.
How's Days Gone?
Huh? Yo, listen. D.
Come on, you want to talk about
He
shit?
doesn't want to talk about Days Gone.
You give me shit 2 weeks ago saying that Days Gone.
Yeah, bro,
Listen. We can talk about Days. That's last week's news. We're talking about the rumors.
Right? You threw me underneath the bus last week.
Listen. D, you're an enthusiast. You're not a gamer, brother.
Oh shit!
Shit gotta stop, brother. This shit gotta stop, man.
I've been gaming before you even know what a pussy is.
Oh shit!
This dude makes it sound like he's so much older than me. How old are you, D? How old are you, D?
How old are you, D? Old enough to school, you dumbass.
How old are you, D? How old are you, D?
Get out of here.
Listen, you better be 50 years old talking like that.
Fuck out of here.
I ain't no young nigga. You got it twisted.
Oh shit! Come on now.
Oh shit!
Get the fuck out of here. You heard the man.
Yo, Sean,
Be the shooter with the 50 bits. D, I'll rank the shit out of your odd world leprechaun shape ass FN.
Listen, you know what, man? Listen, at the end of the day, the PlayStation, whether it's 10, 11, or 12 teraflops, is going to be a very capable system.
Okay.
It's a piece of shit, D. Don't talk that shit.
And I think the developers are going to be in heaven with the extra power and extra headroom that they have. And I think it's going to be a good system. I think onus is on Microsoft to fucking bring it next gen, because you know what? Sony showed us what they could do.
Let me ask you a question, D.
I don't know, D. I don't be on that secret source.
Let me ask you a question, D. Now, what if do you think this will be a major blow? What if next generation, the PlayStation 5 comes out and is more powerful than the next Xbox?
Right, I was just about to ask that.
Yeah, well, we all pretty much know that's not the case.
Oh shit!
He gonna cry and whine.
Why, D?
Explain. Because Phil Spencer said it 3 years ago.
No. That's not the.
Phil Spencer said it 3 years ago.
Let me say my point, Kratos. We have like 10 credible outlets that have all the same shit. Okay. We also have Digital Foundry when they were discussing the PlayStation 5 specs, and they said, "Oh, do you think Microsoft's gonna have anything to worry about?" And they chuckled and suddenly pretty much said that the next generation Xbox is going to be more powerful. But at the end of the day, the power is great, and I'm the power is fantastic. But at the end of the day, they need the developers to take advantage of that power. That's the main thing.
Will you buy the next Xbox if it's weaker than the PS5?
Oh shit!
Of course he will.
No. I want to hear. Will you buy the next Xbox if it's weaker than the PS5?
Switch. You know you're gonna buy. You got to switch.
You know what? It all depends on what features these systems have.
Oh, now this
and what it can offer me. It's hard to say without me seeing both of these systems.
What about this latest rumor? Check this out. Right now, it came out again. I know they were saying that you had, what's it? The Xbox Anaconda, right? Is Scarlet the family of devices, or Scarlet or is it Anaconda the next console? Which one? I get confused. Is Scarlet the
family of devices?
Yeah, Scarlet's a family.
Okay, so Xbox Anaconda, then you have
the Lockhart and the Anaconda.
Oh, is it Maverick or Lockhart?
I think Maverick is the Xbox like sad edition, I think.
Okay, whatever. So anyway, this rumor that they're coming out with a $350 mid-gen refresh, mid-gen mid-tier console, and they're gonna have a high income. I don't know it's gonna be at launch. They're saying somewhere around 350. I
think it's 400. That's my guess.
Yeah, we're hearing that it's aiming for 1080p.
How much the X going to be by that time?
The X would be.
$299 probably.
It's drop down in price by then.
Yeah, I'm saying it. I see a price drop by E3.
Yeah, they're gonna stop making that. They're gonna stop making the X.
They're gonna start making.
No, they're
not gonna stop making the X. They're gonna stop making the other one.
The S.
I don't know how. They just came with
just released the sad edition.
Why didn't they just upgrade the CPU of the X?
Of the what?
I don't know, but I got another one with the 50-bit. Chad made with the 50-bit.
I'll tell you why they didn't do that, because AMD is switching to 7 nanometers. So from a financial standpoint, it doesn't make sense. So they're gonna go with the more efficient, the more powerful 7 nanometers.
Yeah, but they claim the they claim the Lockhart is only 4 T-flops. What's the sense of that?
Well, it's not confirmed though. That
that's not.
It's on a more efficient architecture or some shit. But Chad man with the 50 bits. So y'all not gonna talk about the pig feet Z have on that handicap decal to park where y'all grandma park. Great show, guys.
Oh yeah, man. You took my foot. That bitch like a pickle. A pickle
Think it's the big feet?
Yeah, I'm gonna say I used to that shit when I took my boot off. I soaked my foot. Hey,
yeah, that's Chad, that's some fucked up people, man.
Hey, Chad,
leave my niggas here alone, man.
Hey, you going straight to the Lake 5 for that, man? Straight to hell, bro. I'm gonna bring that shit up on screen. That shit out, yo. Hold up.
Hey, yo, D, did you beat God of War yet?
The what?
Did you beat God of War yet? God of War, then say you was gonna finish that.
Come on, man. Why you got to go there?
Listen, okay, you know what? Listen, let's address this.
Because I've been God of War. He gonna tell me he sell Call of Duty family at night.
Because you're clearly a little youth. You don't know nothing. Right? I'm a big D. I have a family and I have a business to run.
So you shouldn't be here talking about games
all the time.
But you know what? Dude that got a family, all the shit.
Listen, you little cockroach, man. Whether or not I clear all my games does not take from the fact that I play them all. If I get 3/4 of the way through and go to the next game,
if you're not beating them,
but you know what? If you look at the stats of gamers, most gamers aren't completing all their games anyway. So just like. Honestly, you clearing every.
Are you serious?
Listen. You sitting at home playing games for 8 hours a day tells me all I need to know about you.
Oh shit!
Basically saying you're a piece of shit.
And I guarantee you, my income is better than yours. Me sitting here.
I'm sure it is.
Zika co-sign that. You heard?
I'm sure it is.
Talk your shit.
Sure. The way you talk, the way you carry yourself, I can tell you.
I'm from the hood, baby. You already know. I'm sorry if I don't sound like a freaking Jamaican.
I don't know every time. I don't know why Z continues you on the show because you.
You know why he brings me? You know why he brings me?
That you belong.
Yo, you know why he brings me? Because I bring the traffic. You heard? I'm sorry.
You bring the trash.
I am the boxing ring. I am. I know.
Yo, these are legends.
Clean them dirty ass press.
I got a question for y'all, right?
Yo, real. I got recognize all the real people can hear what I'm saying right now.
He's so mad. Look at him.
Hey, how far is Toronto?
I can tell by the way.
How far is Toronto from New York? How far is Toronto from New York?
I'll beat the shit out of D. He don't want to smoke.
Oh, shit.
Hey,
And he can come in
watch y'all meet at Niagara Falls.
Superman onesies.
Niagara Falls.
Watch y'all meet at Niagara Falls
This is
and
supposed
throw
to be
hands.
a gaming podcast, and you out here spewing your nonsense.
He's so
Gaming
mad.
is not
Look at him.
the
He's so
place
mad.
to
He's so mad.
Grow
Listen,
up.
you're saying
Grow
you're
up,
telling me you're saying you're
Grow
calling
up.
me a bum and all. What the
Grow
hell
up.
is gaming?
Grow up. Yo,
on,
you can
man.
dish out the words, but you don't seem to be able to take it.
Listen, anything
chill
you
out.
saying, bro, that
Chill
shit
out.
don't mean nothing to me, bro. That shit is a game, bro. Like, let's talk about games. You don't play them. You
You're a
enthusiast, bro.
goof. Straight up,
You
you're a
read
goof.
more articles about Microsoft than playing games, bro.
Really?
At the end of the day.
Really?
Yeah.
Do
Facts.
you see how many games I play every day?
What was the
are
last game you
talking
beat,
about?
D? What was the last
What are
game
you
you beat?
talking
D?
about?
What was the last game you beat, D?
The last game I beat was fucking Battlefield.
When was that?
I don't know, like 6 weeks ago.
Was that
Like,
Apple
why
Facts?
do I need to explain to you what games I clear? Seriously.
Damn.
Damn.
Because you can't be on
Like,
here
who
talking about
are
games
you?
and not playing them.
Who are you?
Shit, come on. That shit went
Like,
personal.
am I working for IGN and I had like a deadline to review some games or something? Like, who are you?
Yeah,
Who are
facts,
you?
dude.
Shit
You
don't
be on
work.
everybody's podcast, man. Like talking this craziness.
Dude, like you
Nah.
need
You're
you need
delusional, bro.
Yo, you need some life lessons, my son.
Life experience.
Teach him, D. Teach him.
Y'all can teach you a
Teach
few
him.
things.
You're just straight out disrespectful for no reason.
This motherfucker.
What did I say? I
Like,
just said you was
keep it
enthusiast. You got
gaming.
offended.
Keep it gaming. You come in
I
here.
did. I did. You're the one who got offended by what I called you.
Because you're just offensive.
Of what?
Your
Calling
presence
you an
is
enthusiast?
Your
Come on,
presence.
bro. Come on.
The president was too strong.
Your presence is offensive. Whoa.
Oh
Hey,
man, these guys
Alex,
are buttercups. They soft, man. I'm sorry.
Alex, never get personal and ask a man if he beats his games. Never.
Shit.
How dare you?
Oh, come on. That's going too far. This shit don't work left.
Alex, I am appalled.
You're gonna get your face eaten. Hey,
Just because I'm asking about video games. It's funny. We talk about gaming. He don't get personal. And try to
Every day I play my sports games online. Every day I play my shooters online. Every day I play the games that I haven't beaten and progress more in them. You know that I own pretty much every single game.
That shit, but
I own
that
every
don't mean
fucking
nothing
game.
though.
So there's no way I can clear all those games. I own every single game.
So now, D, let's give you a
I own
life
every
lesson.
piece of
Let me give you a life
I have
lesson,
a
all
fucking
right?
Switch. I have a
Let me give you a
PlayStation
life
4
lesson.
Pro. I have PlayStation
Why would you
VR.
continue
I have
to
an
add on to your
Xbox
list
One.
if you're
I
not
got
beating
two
it?
Xbox One X's, and you telling me I don't play games?
What that has to do? What that has to do with you actually clearing them games out though?
I clear my games. I clear maybe 60% of
Like
my
we're
games.
talking about a whole new generation
Sue me.
coming. You still haven't even cleared out this generation's games.
60% of my games. Sue me.
Halo 3?
Yeah, man.
Halo 3? What about Halo 3?
What?
Halo 3, I completed that game. Now, if you guys want to know why,
Yo, Z, why
can't
show
see
you
it online,
Oh, yeah,
I'll tell you guys. I
What?
can tell you off the air. Okay? I can tell you off the air.
Well, you can tell me
Why
there
does it show up
what?
on my
Tell us
profile?
off air. Okay.
Nah,
no,
just
anyway.
message it to Nithu. He'll bring up the stats.
Anyway, fuck it.
Mortal Kombat yet, Neefu?
Get it. Yeah.
I got Mortal Kombat actually. Yeah.
Alright, yeah. I'm gonna sponsor Metro USD. When they get $25.
And what game?
Oh, I'm gonna lose that shit.
And what game?
Mortal Kombat.
Yo, somebody said in the chat.
Play me for
Somebody in the
25.
chat said D didn't beat Crackdown 3. Is that true?
Yeah, I haven't played Crackdown 3. I haven't even put it in.
Oh yeah, so that's your answer.
D, hold up. We're no
Hold on,
different
don't
on
you have
that
a
one.
review? I thought you had a review up for Crackdown 3.
Hey, wait, hold up. Pay the bills. Pay the bills.
Your boy Gib with the 50 bits. Somebody's getting emotional, D batch, and Chris the Ripper with 100 bits. Hold on, D. I remember when they pulled up your Halo stats, bruh. Not much playtime.
So who gonna play who in Mortal Kombat? Who playing who in Mortal Kombat?
Hey, that's not true.
Back up.
Hey,
Play
no,
me for
that's
25,
not,
Parker. Play me for
that's
$25.
not, guys, that's
I
not
gotta
true.
beat anybody in this Mortal Kombat. Z running. Poster one of more smoke.
I'm here.
Neefu just got it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
He over
You gonna
JoJo.
play me for 25? You gonna play me for 25, Parker?
Hey, yo. Hey, Peter
shit,
Shooter
no,
said,
I don't know what kind of
read
time
the next bill.
He
play every.
Yeah.
Pay the bills. Pay the bills.
He said, Alex is 50 Cent, D-Bass is Ja Rule, I smell pussy. Is that true, girl? King Lee said, D was one of the main people hyping up Crackdown 3 over Battlefield. I forgot about that show. My man D went back for
He
Battlefield.
took his L on that shit. He took his L.
But you know what's crazy?
Yeah,
But I'm the top. I'm supposed to be the toxic one out this whole podcast. It's crazy. But they show me more love than they show D. That's crazy, right? Yeah,
You should get that MK for the Xbox. D, to get your ass whooped.
Hey, D, if I was you, I would question Z's his followers' integrity.
Oh yeah, man. Look, when they wanted to see my wounds, man. You see a big ass hole right there.
Yo, you really showing them? This guy's crazy, bro.
Shit crazy, man. Big ass hole. That
You
shit
said
look
big
nasty. I got a
feet.
zipper, man. I got over.
I don't know, man. I
30
think I gotta sign off of this shit forever, man, because the disrespect.
Come on, dude. That's so emotional.
Hey,
Like, you're a grown-ass dude.
Alex, can you apologize, Alex, please?
I got a game.
Hey, we can't lose our tech guy.
D, I need your tech expertise.
Listen, you know what?
I got a gaming question for you. Could you answer one question for me?
Who you asking?
I'm asking D.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I'm a big PUBG. So will this new Xbox make PUBG run better?
I don't think anything can make PUBG.
It actually runs pretty good on the PS4.
Yeah,
but, you know,
if they coded for it,
I
it'll
don't
run
play
good.
games.
Oh shit.
You talking about the Anaconda, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll run better if they coded for it.
Yo, what you eating over there, Z?
I gave me some 60 frames already, bro.
Some
Man, I'm
wings,
jealous.
man. Yeah,
Wait.
chicken.
But Microsoft sent their.
You got dinner? We wrapping up.
My man,
Z been hanging out with Post of
Just getting started. I'm wrapping up.
My man D about to break Alex Joe.
Yeah, all right. Listen, that dude's emotional, man. I don't know what's wrong with him. You gonna go on strike because of me?
Okay. New York Music put the 100 bits. The 100 bits for D to stay.
All right, so with D and Alex go square off in the game. Is it Mortal Kombat or something?
That what? They want to settle in some Mortal Kombat?
I got Mortal Kombat on PC.
If I win, he has to leave. If I lose, I leave. What?
Alex, I bet you won't challenge D to a benchmark contest.
Oh, what? Benchmark?
Oh,
benchmark is that?
Yeah. Alex ended on PC. I was he ended that damn PC
I
shit.
ain't into that shit.
Yeah, but I guess, like I said, if we get up out of here, because these guys really about to start fighting behind the scenes. I'm trying to keep
Hey, hold on. Do you see that new overdone meme?
Oh, no. What's it at?
On the Discord.
Let me get my leg over here.
Shit.
Oh, my God.
He said Alex is cyberbullying D. No.
Oh, yeah, like, check out MK.
I got it.
I'll show my meme on stream. Please do so.
Alex, that behavior is frowned upon.
Yo, listen, he must eat soy or something. He got mad about
the Mortal Kombat.
No, it's not. Listen, you want me to be straight up?
Wait, hold on.
Straight up. Let me hear what you got to say, and I'm going to tell you straight up what I feel about you.
You're just a punk.
I'm a punk.
We ain't here talking about games. You in here just to do a Jerry Springer episode. You're goofy.
I can't even get it for whatever reason.
Yo, bro, it's different. This ain't the crap game. I'm sorry that this is like a crap gamer podcast.
We all can't think the same way, but I like to have intelligent debates that with real topics, real
intelligent debates, bro. You're a fanboy who sits here and tries to shit on everything Sony pumps out.
How do you figure I'm a fanboy when when Sony?
You have no actual facts about Microsoft.
Everybody, listen. Can you shut up? Shut up, man. You're so stupid.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Listen,
this guy's a bitch.
That motherfucker is crazy.
This guy's a bitch. He mad at bro.
This is what you want to represent, you man, and all the power to you.
Oh God, listen, he ain't crap gamer.
Let me say this:
when
everybody was out there roasting Days Gone and saying it was a fucking shitty game, I said the game is good. I enjoyed the game. I think it didn't get a fair score. I scored the game actually an 8 out of 10. I live streamed the game. I fucking put videos of the game up on my channel. So don't tell me I'm some fucking fanboy. If I was some fanboy, I would never own a PlayStation.
Hold on, run that back.
I played everything.
Did you beat it? How you gonna rate a game when you ain't even beat? You beat Days Gone?
I'm like halfway through the damn game. It's
so how can you rate it if you never even beat it, bro? Come on, how you say 8 out of 10?
You can play a game for fucking 3, 4, 5 hours and have feeling what the fucking game is. Get the fuck out of here,
bro. You're bugging.
Fuck out of here.
Let's say you don't play no game.
You're an idiot.
The game could sit here and be hot from the beginning, and then it could throw it way off.
You're really Alex, if D didn't like the interface and the main menu, all right, that's his prerogative. All right, he doesn't like the game.
Yo, listen, he didn't.
How can somebody be 10 hours into a game and not know what the fucking game is about and be able to rate it?
Listen, you can't see how toxic. Look, every time I come in here, look how the freaking donations flow. Come on, man. Pay them bills. Got some bills to
Pay the
pay.
bill right quick. I'm gonna turn my mouse.
Chris the Ripper with 100 bits. Yo, D gonna get the MK invite? Like, this is some childish shit. I have 2 businesses to run. Phil's calling me. And Tavon with the 100 bits. PUBG is dog shit on the PS4. Fuck out of here, Alex.
Yeah, Alex. I can't even get it, man. Me too. I can share my screen this way. Hold on, man.
Hold on, you got another bill. You got another bill to pay. You got another bill to pay.
Your boy Gip with the 50 bits. D, being this over emotional is a female tendency, FN.
Oh man. See, I ain't the only one who sees it, man.
My man D just
listen. I'm in the real world, and in the real world, in my world, I don't let my fucking disrespect.
Slow. But you just said it's all about gaming. You're bipolar as shit, bro. You're I came in on some gaming questions.
You
sat here
sound real talk. So you think Alex is disrespecting you?
He's just disrespectful. Period.
How? What did I say? I didn't call you out your name. I didn't call you out your name. Listen, I like how you trying to flip it on me.
We're having a good discussion in here about gaming, and look how it went left when he comes in here. Every time he comes in here, it goes left with everything.
Bro, I clearly said you was enthusiast. That's it. What's the problem with that?
I think you're racial profiling.
Right. It's because I'm Hispanic. He's Canadian.
Right, I got something against fat people. Now
you see, but
Dev 3 with the 95 bits.
Go ahead, go pay the bills.
D don't play games when they question him. He criticizes others that spend time actually playing games. D, you are fake.
What's the next one?
I'm just paying the bills, man.
Yo, listen, man. And listen, I'm not the only one who sees this, man. Obviously, the world sees it. D, you don't play games, bro. That's it. That's all I came here and said. I never called you out your name.
Hey, just look at the meme and laugh. That's all you need to do.
Listen, at the end of the day, if he wants to believe he's a gamer, listen, I guess.
Listen, you guys don't see my stats because I play on PC. I don't play on Xbox.
So then why are you talking about consoles if you play PC? That don't make no sense, bro.
Because I own the consoles and I play on them too, but I mostly play on PC.
He's a good guy.
I've never ever made it otherwise that I don't play on PC the most.
Yo, bro, you're the biggest fraud in the world.
Hey, yo, who do you have against D?
Go to my channel. You'll see all the PC gameplay footage.
I'd rather not. You're just spitting out freaking fake news, bro.
But I have evidence to prove otherwise. So what are you talking about?
The CNN of gaming. Freaking liar.
Right, what else we got? We got another building up. We get the hell up out of here. Shit,
that's it.
All right, man. He said D don't play games when he questions his criticize others and spend time playing the game. D, you fake. All right. Shout out to my man O'Malley J for the $3 donation. He said, I'm trying real motherfucking hard, Z. Enjoy the show, but I'm gonna break this motherfucking D jaw. I'm from Canada too. Hey, yo, come on. Y'all can't be threatening for my show, man. Y'all can't be threatening the cash. Y'all can't threaten the cash, man. Y'all can't threaten the cash, man. But anyway, listen, if you enjoyed tonight's foolery and fuckery, as always, on the Multiplayer Podcast, thank you for rocking out with us live. We will tomorrow. I always said we'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, I definitely will be back. My brother, Nev, little bro, he ain't got to work tomorrow, so we're gonna do a show tomorrow. And you play the Xbox tomorrow? You can sneak and play.
Yeah, I can be on Xbox tomorrow.
So what we doing? Mortal Kombat?
Mortal MK.
Hey, open that dojo. I'm whooping your asses. Whoever got that MK and knock the fuck out.
Parker, you like 2 for 35 right now, bro.
No, I'm not.
Yo, Z, you still got the Patreon going?
Yeah, I still got a Patreon up. Yeah.
So you might once we get over here, you might want to record the conversation. I'm have a D because it's about to get crazy.
Shit.
Oh, come on,
no,
man.
I'm gonna beat your ass.
Come on, man. D ain't about that stuff, man.
I mean, listen, I kept this straight gaming. He's the one out on the left.
Oh, come on, man. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, listen. I listen. Now Alex gonna break module. I gotta get off air so I can hit the record button. But listen, be part of the Patreon. I'll sign up, man. You know how we doing, man. And my integrity is always in question. So everybody that rocked out with us live, we out of here. Oh, listen, to ladies and gentlemen, and Stuart, you said you got your t-shirt, the Ruham, your shirt, Keith Stevens, and New York Music. Your shirts will be sent out today. Thank you. We out of here, man.
Secret Sauce Creators.
Oh yeah, how much those shirts we running? Like, what's the biggest size?
$25.
You know, what size is the biggest size you got?
I'll give you the link. Red.
I think it's like 3X.
I think it might go up to 3.
Okay.
Hey, we still live?
Yeah, I can't even fucking quit the camera. I gotta fucking. Hold on, I gotta unplug the goddamn webcam. Yeah. Shut up, cat.
Yo, Alex, let's talk about Days Gone.
What about it, bro?
So
what have you thought about it? You was out here pumping that shit.
Wait, hold on.
90.
We ain't off here yet. 1 second. We ain't off here yet.
Oh, we not off yet? Yeah. Oh. This Patreon business right here.
I can't even wait. Hold on. I can't even close the show.
Nah.
Wait, hold on.
I want to spot some match Z
I gotta close the app and hold on, man. I gotta cold boot this motherfucker. Hold on. Jesus.
Well, your PC?
Yeah, this shit froze. I'm gonna close the window this way.